Hey, it's Braz. I'm back with some more Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 demo. The first video, I went ahead and showed you a little bit about the outside of the game, some of the general stuff with getting the car into the shop, pulling some of the parts off. So this video here, we're going to go ahead, we're going to try and repair the parts that we have and order new parts that for the parts that we can't repair. So let's go ahead and we've already got, let's see, we go to our inventory. You can see these are all the parts that I pulled off. You can see we got the brake pads, for example, are red. So we're going to have to either repair or replace those. The ones that are yellow, 79, 74, 76%, those are good enough to put back on the car, but based on what the customer wants and the quality that of the part that he wants on, they may be a little too low. So we're going to go ahead and go over to our repair table and our repair shop over here. That's body parts. Here's our repair parts. Okay, so we're going to click here. So with the 2021 version, they went ahead and put in a little mini game to try and repair the parts. And in the 2018 version, it was literally just click on the part and it was repaired or it wasn't. It was total RNG, whether you repaired it or you didn't. This one here, they kind of put a little game in. So if you look, here's the current status over here on the right, 83%. If we get a successful fix, it'll go up to 100%. If we fail, it drops down to 41%. All right, and it's literally just hitting the space bar and stopping the mark in the little green area. I'm thinking as the actual game comes out, it'll be a little bit more challenging. This is fairly simple. So we'll just keep hitting the space bar, keep getting the parts repaired that we can, and that'll save us money on the long run because we won't have to buy any of these parts. Alright, so oops, almost hit red. Okay, so that last one that I did, it didn't repair it up to 100%. It only repaired it up a little bit. So I got to do it one more time. And there we go. Alright, no more parts to repair. So we'll come back out to our car. We'll go ahead and bring up our inventory. And you can see I got a lot less yellow parts. These parts up here, all the brake stuff, for example, was all down in the 70s. I was able to repair them up to 100%. So that's good. But there are some parts that we just can't repair. Like the serpentine belt, for example, spark plugs. We just can't fix those. So we're going to have to purchase those. So what we're going to do is we're going to add it to our shopping list. So just mouse over it. You can either hold the space bar or right click on the mouse. I'm just going to right click on the mouse and add everything to our shopping list so that I'm not going back and forth between our inventory and the store. Then we go over to the computer, bring the computer up, and these are all of our different shops, okay? So we got, for example, spark plugs and the ignition coils. I know they're going to be under electronics, so we're going to go ahead, we'll go to the electronics section. With the tab button, bring up our shopping list. Everything that you right clicked on, you add it to the shopping list, you can tab, it'll bring it all up right here. Another great addition that they did in 2021. We are in electronics, so ignition coil. I'm going to click on our ignition coil. There's our ignition coil. Hit the enter button. We need 4 of them. You can see the price down here in the bottom corner. Hit enter. Then we're going to bring the tab up and we can delete the ignition coil off of our shopping list. So again, another benefit that they did in this version. I really think Red Dot Games is doing everything that they can to try to make the experience of playing this game better. All right, so we're back over to the main shop now. Since we got all of our stuff for the electronics, let me get my spark plugs off there. We got everything out of the electronic shops that we needed, so I went back over to the main shop for the general car stuff. All right, so we're gonna go to ventilated brake discs, and we need 2 of those. They're gone. We're gonna need 4 brake pads. We need 2 outer tie rods. Serpentine belt. We need 1 of those. 2 wheel hub bearings. All right, so we'll exit the store, and then we'll come back over here and we'll start throwing some components on. All right, so when the default when you go to the car is for part removal. So you're going to right click, bring up your radial. You're going to go to part mount, and then it'll switch. So see, it's no longer can you remove any of these parts. That's why these parts are all grayed out. But the parts that are removed that you can't install will turn green. So we'll put the spark plug in, we'll put the ignition coil in. Let's get all these done. All right. Boom. Done with the electronic side of the vehicle maintenance. We'll go ahead and put our serpentine belt on since we're right here. Again, we can zoom in, use the WASD keys to spin your camera around so you can see what you're actually looking at. All right, so we got our serpentine belt put back on. Next, we need to put on our belt tensioner. Bolt that down. Now we put our timing cover back on. Put all the bolts in for those. Crankshaft pulley. Serpentine belt B, which I did not replace. I didn't replace any of these pieces here because they're at 79%. All right. So I'm pretty sure I just got everything done that the customer asked for as far as the engine was concerned. So we're going to right click, bring up our radio, we're going to car status. We're going to go to the order window. Okay. So you can see the green check marks are for requests that the customer had that I have already fixed. So I replaced the 4 ignition coils, 4 spark plugs, serpentine belt. Looks like all I got left is the suspension stuff, suspension and brakes. And then of course the additional task, change the fluids out. All right, so we're going to actually, we'll leave that up. Let's get the car up on the lift. We'll start working getting our suspension installed. Right click, part mount. Start putting everything back on. Mount your bolts. Let's go ahead and put our tie rod in since we're here. Screw the nut down there. Put our wheel bearing in. Drive axle. And the tire. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click on the back side here just because I was facing that direction. Absolutely, you can do these in any order that you want. There's no particular order that you have to do it in. Whatever floats your boat. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just zip over here to the left side. Get our calipers. Okay, now we'll go over to the left front. And get that all installed. Get our wheel bearing because it's here. Let's get the axle in. Got to put the tie rod on. All right. Okay, so that should be everything. should be everything. I don't think I missed anything. I don't have a 7 level here with me to verify my work. I'll get Jason to sign off my eggs. He'll be all right. So yep, I got everything as far as the main request. Everything has got green check marks next to it over here. So that's all done. So now I just got to take care of the additional tasks. All right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to lower our car back down. Okay, we got to, I already forgot what it said. Change the brake fluid, change the power steering fluid, refill the windscreen fluid. All right, so don't be shady. Don't just take some brand new fluids and dump them on top of the old ones. They want you to drain it, put the new stuff in it. So we got to make sure we do it the right way. Otherwise, you won't get credit for the game. All right. So for windshield washer, it just said refill. So we can just refill this. Yeah, this is a new addition. 2018 didn't have this. The only oils you could do was, or the only fluids you could change in 2018 was the oil. All right. Windshield washer fluid. Let's go to the brake. All right. So see, there's already fluid in there. You can see the red tint in the gauge. That's the power steering fluid. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click. We are going to go to additional tools. We're going to use the drain tool. And we are going to drain the fluid out. See how the red tint is gone? Now you know it's empty. And we're going to go back to part unmount because we got to unmount the top. And we're going to pour power steering fluid in. Watch the gauge. You'll see the red, clean, bright red fluid flowing in. You want to stop at max. So you don't want to overfill it. You will get charged money. Fucking EPA. Then the brakes. We need to again drain. Drain the brake fluid out. Now you can see it's completely empty. Go back to part unmount. Pull the cap off. You see this, the max gauge, min max gauge over there on the left hand side of the servo. All right. So that should be everything. Close the hood, right click, check the car status. All right, all of our parts, all green check marks, good to go. All of our additional tasks, all green check marks, good to go. We'll check the car status. Boom, 1,639 credits. I spent roughly, we'll say 720 credits. I spent 720 credits because I was able to repair several of the pieces of the vehicle that I pulled off. And I got a total payout of 1,639. So that's what, 11, I don't math good. So that's what, 1,100 bucks profit. I'll take it because we're gonna need it when we start fixing that POS car out front. So you're gonna press enter, finish the order. You're gonna watch your money rise. Car is gone, and on to the next one. Find our phone. All right, there's the next mission. Sakura Supa, 1993. Done well with the previous job. Chassis suspension need work. Regular maintenance. Change. It wants to change the oil and the additional tasks. So we'll press enter. Boom. There's a. Ooh, look at that thing. Jesus, what happened to that? See, this makes you wish the paint booth and the car wash were up and running. But let's see what they want us to do. Brake pads, cam gear, clutch plate. So yeah, we'll be pulling off a lot of stuff on this vehicle. A lot of work to do on this vehicle. Change out the oil. Additional tasks. Of course, you have brake. Oh, the radiator coolant. Oh, that's cool. That's, again, good job, Red Dot Games. Way to keep giving us more. And a minimum part condition is 65%. So any of these pieces, they got to be higher than 65% for us to get credit for it. All right, so let's get our car pushed into the lift. All right, so we're going to start working on this car here, but we're going to go ahead and end the video. So again, I'm Brass, Nikaiju Gaming. Keep liking, keep following. We'll see you guys later.